Morning children. So we have completed the lesson part, a thrilling match. And now it is time for us to deal with some grammar part in this, okay? So let me write two sentences on the board. Ram plays with a ball. They play in the ground. Okay, I'll do one thing. I will change this day into boys. Okay, so two sentences are there. Ram plays with the ball. Boys play in the ground. So in this, we will identify the verb, and plays is the verb here. Play is a verb in this. Okay, so this verb is, or this verb is said to be in a simple present tense. Okay, that is in a simple present tense. Right? So when we write a sentence in a simple present tense, or when we use a verb in a simple present tense, we write the subject. Subject means a doer. Okay. Then the verb and the remaining part of the sentence. Just like the boys. Boys is a doer here. Boys is a doer here. Then the verb was play. Balance part was in the evening. Okay. So in this sentence, the doer means somebody that does the action. Verb is the action word, isn't it? A verb is called an action word because verb denotes an action. Okay. So this action is done by whom? Boys. Isn't it? So in this sentence, the verb is play and the action of playing is done by boys. So this boys is known as the subject of the sentence or the doer of the action. Okay, verb is the action part. Balance part, it comes as it is. Right? So, play is the verb and that is done by the boys. Boys is the subject and in the evening is the balance part. Right? So, let me write another sentence there. Ram plays with a ball, isn't it? So, here what is the verb? In this sentence, what is the verb? Plays. Right? And who is the subject here? Ram. So first comes the subject Ram, then comes the verb plays, and then the balance part. So both these sentences are actually in a simple present tense. Okay, both the sentences are actually in a simple present tense. Now, is there any difference there? Is there any difference here? In this sentence, it is a play. Here, it is a place. So, actually what happens is an S is missing here. Isn't it? Here we set it as a play and here it is set as a place. Right? So, when we check here, the subject is plural, isn't it? boy singular, boys plural. Isn't it? Boy is singular, boy is plural. Ram singular. There is no plural for that. So, whenever the subject is plural, there won't be any S with the verb. If I say, they read books. They means there are more members in that. No, it's not one person. More people are there. If I say, he reads books. He is single person. Isn't it? So as he is a singular, we added S here. They is a plural, there is no S here. Okay, so when we write a sentence in the simple present tense, we need to check whether the subject is a singular or a plural. Okay, we can use a noun or a pronoun in the subject part. Right? We can use either a noun, boys, common noun, Ram, proper noun, isn't it? Or a pronouns, I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Isn't it? So we can use either a noun or a pronoun as a subject of a sentence, and in that, if the subject is plural, then the verb comes without an S. If the subject is a singular, the verb comes with a S. Okay? The verb comes with a yes. So what are the usages of a simple present tense, or when do we use sentences in a simple present tense? So the first usage is when we want to express habitual actions. Habitual actions. So what do you mean by habitual actions? Habitual actions are those actions which are our habits. Which are our habits. For example, I say, I wake up at 6 o'clock. Huh? Or my mother helps me to get ready. Okay, or we go to school in a school bus, right? So when we say this sentences like this, we can identify the verb over there. Wake up, helps, go, right? Or my brother eats chocolates every day. So in this sentence, what happens? Yeah, the verb is eats. Right? It's eats. So when we have to express habitual actions like this, then we write those sentences in a simple present tense. Okay. So the first and important usage of simple present tense is to express habitual actions. Right? Now, another usage of a simple present tense is to express general truths. To express general truths. What do you mean by general truth? Yeah, which is the same everywhere. Okay, which is the same everywhere. For example, we can say the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. Or we can say Yeah. The earth pulls everything down. Isn't it? When we throw something up into the air, they come back because it is pulled down by the air. Or okay, so in this sentences, you see, rises, pulls. Okay, so when we want to express a general truth, or we can even say the planets move around the sun. Isn't it? The planets move around the sun. Here, move. So sun is only one, so we got rises, s added to the verb rise. The earth is only one, so we got an s added here. But the planets, how many are there? Yeah, 8 planets are there. No? So it's more than one. So what happens? Only move is there. Right? So to express habitual actions, we use a simple present tense. To express general truth, we use a simple present tense. And the third usage of a simple present tense is to make statements without mentioning whether it is completed or incomplete. Okay? To make ఎడిట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. మధ్యలో కట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. Without mentioning whether it is complete or incomplete. Okay, when we say a sentence, for example, they play with a ball. Okay, I've just made a statement. We have got a verb in this, play, that is in a simple present tense. But have I said, are they playing now? No idea. Have they completed playing? No idea. Okay, so just to make statements like this, where it's not mentioned whether the action that is expressed in the sentence is complete or not. Okay, whether the action that is expressed in that particular verb is complete or not. So these are the 3 usages of a simple present tense. First one, to express habitual actions. Habitual actions are actions which we daily do, which are a part of our habit. Okay. Examples: I wake up at 6 o'clock, my mother helps me to get ready, or I go to school by school bus. These kinds of sentences. Then general truths are there, which is true everywhere. We can say honey is sweet, or milk's color is white. Such kind of sentences. Milk is white everywhere. No? It's white everywhere. So the sun rises in the east, or the earth pulls everything to its center, water flows down the slope. Okay, or the planets go around the sun, or statements without mentioning whether that is a complete or incomplete. Means they play with a ball. So we have not mentioned, we didn't say anything regarding whether that ball game is completed or not. Okay, so these are the situations where we basically use a simple present tense. So there are two kinds of verbs that we use in a simple present tense. Okay, there are two kinds of verbs that we use in simple present tense. They are known as be verbs and have verbs. Okay. Yeah. Be verbs and have verbs. Now, be verbs are is, am, are. Right? Have verbs are has, have. Okay, so in be verbs we have three verbs are there: is, are, and in have verbs we have two: has and have. Okay, and shall we write some examples using this? Yeah. So for example, I say Manoj is my brother. Manoj is my brother. I am 8 years old. I am 8 years old. They are my friends. Right? So I have written three sentences there. In the first sentence we have is. In the second sentence we have am. The third sentence we have are. Okay, so all the three be forms we have written here is, am and are. Okay, so first sentence says Manoj is my brother. Manoj is my brother. I am 8 years old and they are my friends. Isn't it? So, what these verbs basically show is the status. Isn't it? They basically show the status. So, be forms or be verbs are used for expressing status. Manoj is. So, who is my brother? Manoj is my brother. So, the status is Manoj is my brother. Here, the status is my age. Okay? Here, the status is who are my friends. Right? Then, is used when the subject is singular. When the subject is a singular. When we use I as a subject, then we use am after it. And when the subject is plural, the doer of the action is a plural, then we use are also. Right? So, is a status verb, a be form, which is used when the subject is a singular. Am is used when the subject is I. Are is used when the subject is a plural. Right? Now, we will go on to the have verbs. We have two there, has and have. I'll write two examples. Okay. He has a new toy car. He has a new toy car. Or we have a lot of toys. Okay, so he has a new toy car and we have a lot of toys. So in this, has is a verb, in this, have is a verb. Again, both these are in a simple present tense form. Okay, so has, have here shows possession. Possession means what? Ownership. This is my own, this is his, kind of a thing. Okay, so as this has and the verb shows possession, they are known as the possession verbs. Possession verbs. Okay, so has and have, we use has and have in a simple present tense. They are used for expressing possession and they are also known as possession verbs. Right? Now, has is used when the subject is singular. Singular subject, we use has, and if the subject is plural, he is singular, no? Only one person is there. We, more number of people are there, isn't it? So when the subject is singular, we use has. When the subject is plural, we use have. Okay, so these are the two types of verbs that we use in a simple present tense. Clear? So first is called be verbs. They are is, am and are. They are used for expressing different status. So they are also known as status verbs. Example, Manoj is my brother. I am 8 years old. They are my friends. So is used when the subject is singular, only one person. Am is used when the subject is I. Okay. Third is are is used when the subject is plural. Clear? Now, the second type of verbs are have verbs. There are two verbs in that, has and have. They are used for expressing possessions, ownerships. So they are known as possession verbs. Example, he has a new toy car. We have a lot of toys. So in the first sentence, has is used with a singular subject. In the second sentence, have is used with a plural subject. Okay? So now we have seen which kind of a tense we have to use when we have to tell an action which is not specified as either completed or incomplete, isn't it? Okay? So we haven't said whether we have completed or not. But sometimes we have to tell something which is in progress, no? Which is in progress, an action in progress. Means what? Say for example, at your home, your mother told you to keep all the books, in an order. In your bag. Okay, not in the way as you like. You need to keep all the textbooks in one particular zipper of the bag, the notebooks in one, the diary in one. Then if there is any waste paper or something like that, it has to be thrown out to keep your school bag ready. Okay, so what should we do? We have to take the bag, take all the books out, and you open each and every zippers in that, and check whether there is any waste or chocolate wrappers or sometimes when you sharpen the pencil, we'll dump in the bag, isn't it? So these kinds of things have to be taken out, and it has to be cleared with the dust and all, and then one by one we should keep all the books in the order and then put them in the bag. Okay, it's a long process. We have to go to the bag, take all the books out of it. We have to dust the bag, throw the paper and all these kinds of things outside. Then we need to separate the textbooks and notebooks. All the notebooks have to be kept properly in another zipper. We have to keep the textbook separately. On top of it, we have to keep the diary, isn't it? So we took the bag Then took books out of it. Then dust the bag. Then keep the notebooks in. Then keep the textbooks in. Keep the school diary in. Close the bag. Keep it safe. Okay. If you want to arrange your bag, as your mother said, there are how many steps are there? How many steps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't it? Still not there. We need to check the pencils, sharpeners, erasers. If there is a pen, isn't it? You have to keep everything properly. But we will take these steps now. So your mother told me to arrange your bag properly, the school bag properly. You went, took the bag. Okay, took the bag, the books out of the bag. Dusted the bag, and you started to keep the books inside, the notebooks inside it. Okay, you just started to keep the notebooks inside it. Now, your mother asked you, what are you doing? Okay, your mother told you to arrange the bag, keep the bag properly. You went and started doing it. Your mother didn't see you. She was busy in the kitchen, obviously. She asked you, what are you doing? So what should we say? I am keeping my school bag ready. I am keeping my school bag ready. Okay, why I keep my school bag ready is impossible because we have not completed the task. Okay, we are still in the process. The process or the action of keeping the bag ready is in progress, isn't it? It's improving from one stage, second stage to third stage, third to fourth stage, fourth to fifth stage, isn't it? Yeah. So when we have to tell something, an activity that is in progress, we need to use what? Present continuous tense. So what do we use? We use a present continuous tense to express an action that is in a progress. Okay. So we use present continuous tense to express an action in the progress. So here we can see I am keeping. So in present continuous tense, what happens is we have, this is the verb, no? Keep is a verb. Yes. So keep is the verb. To that we need to add ing. Okay. So to the verb we need to add ing, and before that we need to add is, am, or are. Okay, so is, am, or are we need to add to the verb with ing. Okay, and this we need to add to the subject. Okay, for example, we can say the boys, more boys are there. No, is it singular or plural? It is a plural noun, isn't it? So we use a are. Now, play is the verb. So along with the verb, we need to add ing, isn't it? So now the verb play become playing. So the boys are playing in the ground. Okay? So the boys are playing in the ground. So we used are here because boys is a plural common noun. Right? Play is the verb to which we need to add ing. So the boys are playing in the ground. Right? If I write another sentence, Sita is carrying carrying a doll. Sita is carrying a doll. Okay, so in the sentence we used Sita, only single person, isn't it? Sita is the name of a girl. So Sita is a single person. So we used is. Carry, C-A-R-R-Y. Carry is the verb here to which we added ing. Okay, so it becomes is carrying. So Sita is carrying a doll. Right? Or I'll write another one. I am going to school. So here the subject that we used is I. So whenever we use I as a subject, it should be am. We cannot write is or are there. We have to write am. Go is the verb to which we added ing. So it becomes going. Okay. So I am going to school. So present continuous tense is used to express an action in a progress. Okay. So actions in the progress are expressed using present continuous tense. So in that we use is, am or are plus ing form of the verb. Ing form of the verb means we add ing along with the main verb. Okay, we add ing along with the main verb. So is used when the subject is a singular. Sita is a singular subject, so we used is here. Carry is the verb, we added ing along with that. Am is used when I is used as a subject. I am going to the school. Go is the verb to which we added ing. The boys are playing. Are is used because the boys is a plural common noun. Is used as a subject. Play is the verb to which we added ing. Okay, so this is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used when we have to tell something, an action that is in a progress, right? So children, we have seen how we have to express actions which are in progress or something that we daily do. What about an action which we did yesterday in the past? Yes, that is what we are going to do. Learn now. Okay, so if we have completed an action, for example, as we said, in the evening you came back from the school and you are busy with the homework. So after completing your homework, you went and started to play with our friends. Okay, so when your mother or father saw you playing, they will ask, then what about your homework? Isn't it? Then what do? I did my homework. Isn't it? I wrote my homework. Isn't it? Sometimes our friends will call us for playing, and your mother may give you a glass of milk or something to eat. Isn't it? Then we say, I ate my food, or I drank the milk. Sometimes we may be absent to the school. The next day when we come, the teacher may ask, why were you absent yesterday? Then we say, we went to the temple. Right? We went to the temple. So these are sentences. Okay, we can add yesterday. Okay, so these are different words that we use to express actions which are completed. Okay, and this is known as a simple past tense. Okay, so simple past tense is used when we have to express some action which is already done, completed. Okay, so simple past tense is used to express actions which are already completed, and usually we add words like yesterday, okay, or okay, I'll write here, earlier. So I wrote my homework earlier. I ate my food a little while ago, or last month. Okay, so these kinds of words we use means yesterday means it's mentioning a time which is not today, yesterday, in the past. Earlier means now I am playing earlier. Before playing, I have completed my homework. Okay, then I ate my food a little while ago. Okay, it has been 5 or 10 minutes earlier. Then we went to Hyderabad last month. Okay, so we usually use these words yesterday, earlier, last month, or last night, or a month ago, or last week. These words are used to express the time of this action being completed. Right? Now, see, we use a verb here, na? Went, wrote, ate. Okay, we actually write go here, or write here, or eat here. Okay, so these words, went is known as the past tense form of the verb go. Okay, wrote is a past tense form of write. Ate is the past tense form of eat. Okay, can be a bit confusing. I will explain it. So in the present tense, here past tense. Okay, now we say play in a present tense. We say played in a past tense. Right? We say jump. In past tense, we say it as a jumped. We say cook. Here it is a cooked. We say eat. Here it is ate. We say drink. Here it is drank. We say sleep. Here it is slept. Okay, so verbs have these kinds of multiple forms, different forms. One is present tense, second is a past tense. So many of the verb, what they do is they add ed. What do they do? They add ed, okay, to form their past tense forms. Means with the verb, if we add ed, we will get the past tense forms. But some verbs are there, they have different words in their past tense form. Or if we write go, we have went as the past tense. So in simple past tense, we will be using the past tense form of the verbs. Okay, so verbs have two different forms. Still more forms are there, but here we are comparing only two forms. Okay, present tense and past tense. So some verbs get their past tense form by adding ed to the present tense form of the verb. Some verbs have different words as their past tense. Okay, so words like play, jump, cook, they have played, jumped, cooked, means adding ed. Right? When we read the textbook, we can come across a lot of verbs and we need to think how we can form the past tense form of this verb. Should I add ed or have they got some different words as a past tense form? Okay, so some words add ed and some words just have different words. Clear? Now, when we are dealing with the simple present tense, we said that there are two different types of verbs, no? What were they? What were the two different types of special kind of verbs that we come across when we dealt with the simple present tense? Yes. Status verbs. Or the be verbs. And the second one was possession verbs or have verbs. Do you remember that? Okay. So for this status verbs and possession verbs also, there is a present tense and a past tense difference. For example, in present tense we had is, am and are, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so in present tense we had is, am and are. In past tense we have was and were. Okay, if I classify it still specifically, that is better. So we have is and am in present tense. For that we have was in past tense. We have are in present tense. We have were in past tense. Okay. So is and am, was, are, were. Okay. Now here we have has, have. For both has and have, we have only one past tense form, that is had. Okay. For example, okay, I'll write any other color. Yeah. I am a student. In present tense. In past tense that becomes I was a student. Okay, we can write he is my friend. We can say he was my friend. He was my friend. Now here we can say boys are playing. Here we can say boys were playing. Boys are playing changes into boys were playing. Here he has a car becomes he had a car. Here they have a house. Here becomes they had a house. Right? See, now let us check. See here, am changes into was. Here is changes into was. Here are changes into were. Has changes into had. Have changes into had. Okay, so simple past tense are used for expressing actions that are completed. Usually we use words like yesterday, earlier, previously, last day, last night, last week, or a week ago, or a month ago kind of words to show the time of the completion of the action. Right? We usually use a past tense form of the verbs. Past tense forms can be gained by adding ed. Most of the verbs have ed added past tense forms. Some verbs have different words being used as a past tense form. Okay. Now, past tense forms are there for status verbs and possession verbs also. Status verbs is and am, we have a common past tense was. Are is were. Has and have had a common past tense. Has and have had a common past tense had. Alright. So these are the three tenses that we have to learn about in this lesson. And in the next class, we will do some exercises or activities related to this grammar portion. Alright. So till then, take care.